Welcome to the Let's Play of Simon's Quest 2, Part 2, the sequel. There's not a lot of diversity of enemies in Simon's Quest. You're going to see the same 5 or 6 over and over and over again. And in the field, you'll get the skeletons, the wolves, the eyeballs, the bats, and there might be a couple of other things. In the mansions, you're going to get the skeletons, the spear guys, and the gargoyles and the bats, and again, that's it. The further you get from the start of the game, they just get stronger. If you notice that it's still daytime, but the skeletons are taking more hits to kill.
Lying eyeballs.
Alright, now I think I have to go down there and backtrack to the next town to change my crystal.
And you need a red crystal?
No, that'll be the last one. It goes from
blue.
white to blue.
It's white, blue, red?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well then.
What a horrible night to have a curse.
Yep.
Yeah,
Now this weak whip's going to hurt now.
Yes.
Three, four. 2, 3.
Why bother even fighting him? You're going to die and lose all your hearts. Does he come back? Yeah, he comes back. It's like the Ninja Gaiden problem. That's the way to do it. Like a boss. Oh, bats. Every game needs bats.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go this
Everybody's
way.
favorite enemy.
Oh, is that a bat or is that a Oh!
Oh. It didn't seem to hurt you that bad.
No. Now let's find where the church is. Okay. Alright, let's see. Sign says go right for Daddy's path, left for the Veros Woods. Suppose if I were making a map, that would be useful information.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is that when I was a kid, I somehow beat the game without Nintendo Power or the
any
internet.
Yeah, but you had other kids at school who, like, maybe told you hints.
I don't believe so.
I don't know. There's certain things. I mean, if you...
they were playing Super Nintendo games then.
Running around and whipping the crap out of everything, you're eventually going to find most of the stuff in the game. But there's a certain parts of this game where you actually have to kneel down in front of the lake, where you would never just do. The other one is kneeling down at the end wall in order to get the tornado that brings you to Dracula's castle. That's something that you would never do on your own.
I don't know how, but I did beat the game. I don't know how I thought about kneeling. We have the exact right item equipped.
Kind of like the first Dragon Warrior game, back when we thought it was Dragon Warrior, not Dragon Quest.
We were young and foolish back then.
Trying to find things by searching every possible square inch of ground.
Still very proud about getting Edric's token at level 6.
No.
Shit, shit.
Yeah, you should not have done that.
That's okay, I'll scroll them. They'll be gone forever. Yep, not gonna... Alright, it's almost there.
There we go.
Alright. Stretched out this
The
life.
morning sun has vanquished the horrible night. And the hearts go away.
Yep. But I'm going to rest here for a while.
That's a quick power nap.
Alright. Now let's talk to the people.
You look pale, my son. You must rest in the church.
Way ahead of you.
Helpful.
Clues to Dracula's riddle are in the town of Alba.
Clues to Dracula's riddle are in Berkeley Mansion.
Those are presumably the places we're going next. And I'm talking to this guy again.
Yes.
Okay, you see those bottomless pits?
Yes.
Yeah, right in the town. Alright, empty, or is it?
Oh. Is this guy error?
Will you buy a dagger? No.
What's a dagger for?
No, it's one of the sub-weapons. There are a few daggers in the game.
Okay.
Each one of them's a little more powerful, but
Holy water.
I don't really
the best in this game.
I don't really need it. I mean, probably the only weapons I'm going to pick up are the holy water and the crystal. So but apparently, it's one of those. Yeah, these are the only two hidden passages you'll find in these interiors. So, chain whip for 150. I don't have 150. I have 118 though. Maybe I should go kill 32 more hearts.
Farm some hearts.
Oh yeah, grinding. Yeah, that's what separates
Would
the boring from
grinding,
the interesting.
Would that be an organ grinder? If you're grinding
well, why not?
for
I've
hearts.
got ribs. Right.
So maybe you should go a different direction since that eye is owning you completely.
Hey, I got hearts. 30 to go. Well, watch this. It'll be night by the time I'm done. It's already been 2 nights, and I only get 7 to beat the game with and actually get a good ending.
Are you even allowed to die game over once?
Oh yeah, you're gonna game over as much as you want. Or as much as your sucky plane forces you to.
There you go, you solved it.
Well, I only solved it because it takes 2 hits during the day.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, remember that stuff for later. We'll be seeing a lot of it. I think I'm up to 40. No, I mean 30.
Pretty much the same number.
Oh yeah. I have to say though, one of the biggest gameplay innovations in Castlevania history was the ability to jump onto and off of stairs.
Yes.
That changed my whole life.
I think the multi-directional whipping, or attacking of any sort, is also helpful.
Yeah, they only kept that for... They didn't do any more multi-directional whipping after Castlevania 4, which is a shame. I mean, I don't miss the limp whip thing, because
that was just more of a party trick.
Yeah, that was...
it doesn't have a whole lot of practical application. Although you could do something similar in Circle of the Moon, the first Game Boy Advance game, that is patterned after the Symphony of the Night style, which is kind of the quintessential Castlevania game that everything now gets compared to.
It's true. Okay, I've got enough. And it's gonna turn to night as soon as I get in front of the door.
Ooh.
Almost. 5 minutes.
Wow.
Well, this will make finding my way to Berkeley Mansion much easier.
Yes.
Well, no equipping or anything, it just replaces what you got.
Yeah, I do like that aspect. I hate more than anything else buying something and then having to go to separate menus to figure it all out.
Yep.
And in some RPGs where you can't equip within the buying menu. You have to leave the store, equip the item, go back to the store in order to sell the old item.
Check this out. I'm one-shotting them now. Used to take 4 hits with a regular whip. We bypassed the Thorn Whip, which was in the first town and available for, I believe, 100. So,
I think you're correct.
Yep, so the Thorn Whip doubles the regular whip, the Chain Whip doubles the Thorn. The next one after this, I believe, is the Morning Star, and then the Fire Whip.
Then it's the Fire one, the Flaming.
And boy, here's me jumping again.
You should not play the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
You know, I have, and it didn't go well. Not well at all.
Yeah, one-shotting things is so much better than multiple-shotting them.
Yeah, I agree.
You should do that more often.
This might keep me alive.
Until that happens.
Yeah, let's just walk right into that.
Such simple wave patterns, so impossible to decipher.
Hey, slow down.
Why does everything want to kill you in video games?
Well, because.
What's down there? The next town?
It's either the next town or the next mansion. I think the next mansion is up here. If I'm wrong, well, that'll just not be good. I'm going after the next mansion. I believe it's the third mansion that you do. Yep, here's the next town. And I can't read the sign. There we go. Turn right for Camilla Cemetery, left for the job woods.
I think that's one of those things you're not supposed to do for speaking.
Oh?
Yeah, I think that's one of the ones you're not supposed to do.
Okay, fine. You can pronounce...
Why are there no enemies in that town?
Oh, there were. You missed it.
Oh, I was busy looking at you, reprimanding you about screwing up the horrible pronunciation of whatever that town is.
There'll be an item in that cemetery if I drop a clove of garlic, which I believe I can buy in this town.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we just needed a flat stretch of land.
Angry green nuns.
Yes.
Boom! Headshot! That's another
that was really more in the chest.
Well, it's inappropriate
to say boom chest shot.
Well, no, just to scream out loudly at an inappropriate time.
Every time is an inappropriate time for you, Chris.
That's correct. Oh, the morning sun has vanquished the horrible night.
Alright, that's 3 nights down.
I don't think this game's getting completed within a week.
Well, I've got power. I've got the Chain Whip. Clues to Dracula's riddle are in the Varos Woods.
I think they're all useless.
The clues?
Not just the clues, but everybody.
Everybody, you say. Well, no, the person in the church is kind of handy.
Well, everybody who only has things to say to you is useless. People who sell you items, trade items, and
buy some of my laurels.
the priests.
You know, the laurels are very handy.
That's what helps you.
The laurels are invincibility, and I don't have enough money to buy anything, laurels or garlic.
So that was bad planning.
Yes, that was. Well, let's poke around town a little more.
Now, the laurels is invincibility against everything?
Everything.
I thought it was just for the little pink swamp stuff.
No, you cannot be hurt. So you can come back here, buy some, and then go to the fight with Dracula.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get hit more from those floating eyes than from Dracula. Or wait a second, is Dracula even in this game?
Yes, he is.
I thought it was Death.
No.
Dracula's in this one?
Dracula is in this one. Alright, so... laurels... And let's see, where's the garlic? I can go back for the laurels after the mansion, but if I can do the garlic now, that'll save me a little time.
Now, is the laurels a one-time use item? You use it and
yes.
it expends?
Well, it expends, but you can collect multiples.
Okay.
Alright, old lady, what do you got? Thanks.
Yeah, useless.
I was hoping I could buy something, but I guess the garlic isn't here. Right then, we'll just get the laurels and get out. And we'll just say, screw the cemetery. I'm on a timetable. I'll try the one more door.
The one more door?
Yeah. One does not simply one more door into more door. How did I not screw saying that up? There's the garlic. Yeah. Pretty much the only thing you need... Oh, yeah. Let's go up the other way.
Side.
My skills as a gamer are on very fine display here.
I think you're still doing better than Jeremy Parrish whenever he plays anything.
Burn.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, his talent as a writer. I mean, that's
That's
one thing all on its own.
Well, we know I don't have that.
No, of
So
course not.
that's where it evens us out. Alright, so no laurels this time. But that's a... later in the game you can encounter that and jump back to here, but since there's no jump spell...
Referencing Zelda 2
Yeah,
again?
there's no way to drop... Here you are. I hope I don't have to pay for whatever he's got. I'll give you this silver knife. Save your neck. Alright, this is the second dagger, the silver dagger.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have to buy the first one. I think that you can leave the garlic as a trap for enemies.
Do they just... Is it like a decoy? Do they all go towards it, or does it actually harm them?
No, it harms them if they walk on it.
Okay.
So the garlic won't be used to summon any other items in the game. So I did that one from memory. There is some guy who tells you to use garlic in the graveyard. Maybe it's in a book in the next mansion.
Or maybe it's in an article in Nintendo Power and you're gonna die. You might want to go heal.
Oh, there was no church in that town.
Unholy
Alright.
bastards.
Of course, the holy water is not as strong as my whip now.
No, you can't upgrade your holy water like you can your dagger and your whip.
Correct.
So,
No, we go down here to the next mansion, and it's going to be a pool of water, and I'm going to have the wrong crystal.
well, let's hope you level up before you get hit again.
That would be nice. But of course, nobody's dropping hearts. I'm not leveling anything. Okay.
Oh, there you go. I don't know how many you need in order to get to your next level.
Probably 150
150?
or 200. Yep.
And you don't
this
have...
is... Yeah, I need the blue crystal, and... I guess I was going to get it in that town.
From who?
There must have been, if I remember correctly...
You're going in the water.
Oh! That's okay, I have another chance.
Yes. Oh, 2 for 2.
Oh, yeah.
Aww.
I wasn't gonna screw around with that eye. And night? Is this 3 or 4 now?
This is the 3rd night. Oh, or is it the 4th night? I lost count.
Yeah, and we're still working on that second mansion. At least I'm still one-shotting these guys. And they're giving me more hearts, that's nice. I'll have everything I need to buy laurels once it's daytime again.
You have 1 health bar left.
Yeah, and I'm sure nothing terrible is going to happen. Especially when there's a skeleton walking back and forth on top of the stairway. Because all of the crystals are being held by these
Boom!
little-
Headshot.
Okay, that one worked.
That was appropriate.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, so if I can get these spiders before they can shoot web at me. I'll be fine.
There you go. Now
Oh,
just
ho,
don't.
ho.
Oh, let's try for the 150. You gotta
Yeah,
at least.
alright, let's try for the 150. You know what? I won't try there. I don't think I could have fallen in that anyway.
I don't think you can.
Oh, that
Yeah.
one's strong.
That's uncommonly strong.
Yeah, I mean, the ones up top I was taking down in one hit. Anyway, let's go up. If my integrated brain remembers correctly, the guy I need to talk to is up here on the far end. Yeah, those guys are...
Yeah, I called it.
150.
150.
150, and we got the life up.
Excellent.
Man, I've been writing this last life for quite a while.
You have.
Alright, well, let's kill things. If I can get another 28 hearts before daylight, I'll be able to buy a double pack of laurels. That should be enough to get me through that damn swamp. Spoiler alert.
Yes, there's a damn swamp. Laurel's help.
Alright, 84. Need another 16. Alright, so what's your bet? Is the next level up at 200, 250, or 300 experience?
Well, if I had known what the first one was at.
The first one was 100.
The first one was 100?
And every time you level up, it resets to 0.
I think it's only 200.
Alright, plenty of hearts for a double
If
dose of
if the
gold.
first one was 75, I'd say 400.
You mean 300?
Yeah, I mean 300. I always mean correct math. I just
see.
never say correct math.
I get you.
Good.
So, you said that Castlevania 2 was once your favorite Castlevania game, and that is kind of waned over time. What would you say your favorite one is today?
I'd have to say the combination of Aria of Sorrow and Dawn of Sorrow. They're it's kind of a cheap way because it's two great games.
Less filling.
But I think the combination of the two games is the best Castlevania experience. And it's weird because it stars an androgynous protagonist. It's not a Belmont.
You know, the protagonist is pretty androgynous, too. Alright, so we get two
You mean
laurels.
antagonist?
Yeah, I was trying to go...
The good guy.
with what
Let's just
you-
call it good guy and bad guy.
The bad guy was kind of androgynous, too.
Excellent.
Alright, so I got 4 laurels. That should be enough to survive the trip.
Yes. I think you can actually survive it on just one. But
So that's plenty. Hey, maybe I'll buy the regular dagger on my way back to the beginning of the game. You know what would save time? Dying. Oh wait,
I'm
wait!
not-
I didn't even go talk to the guy to get the crystal, whoever he might be. Let's find him. Clues to Dracula's riddle are in the Varos Woods. Thank you.
I think you've talked to him before.
Yeah, you know, I think I've talked to that guy in every town. Clues to Dracula's riddle are in Rover Mansion. Alright, so we've got Brahms, Berkeley, and Rover Mansion. We've been to one of them. A laurel will protect you from the poison marsh. Alright, that won the game.
That's useful.
The dead river waits to be freed from the curse.
That's kind of helpful. If you go next to that river, if you know what the dead river is,
Yeah.
shout in front. What?
Yeah, no, you go in and you talk to the priest. No, the first one of the. There it is. Here he is. Here's the knight. And he doesn't give you a choice. Boom. There it is.
Can't you screw up and trade for a white? If you rebuy the white crystal,
You can't rebuy the right crystal, I think.
white crystal,
The white crystal.
I think you can.
Alright. Now, unlike the holy water, the daggers use hearts.
So don't use them.
So, dagger, 1 heart. For the silver dagger. I believe the regular dagger is free.
Okay.
Like the holy water.
This is before the use of axes and crosses as the 2 best weapons.
No, they were still the 2 best weapons in the first game.
Speaking of best games, which we weren't speaking of, but I thought I'd bring it back to that.
Yes.
How about you? What is your best foray into the series?
You know, I really, really liked Symphony of the Night.
You know,
I really, really did, because I still am, a big fan of Metroid. I'm a big fan of the genre that has come to be known as Metroidvania.
Mhm.
And what it really comes down to, for me, is, that is still one of the best as far as the castle's design go. I feel that the later Metroidvania, Castlevania games are a little more linear.
all right.
That in the sense that, there's never 2 different sections of the castle you could explore at the same time, and the order depended on you. There are a couple of different ways to get to the, to get to Dracula's throne room, and you had a very different exploratory experience depending on...
The path you took.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Blue crystal equipped. Crouching down for 10 seconds. The game did not tell us to do this whatsoever. I guess that wasn't 10 seconds.
No, but no, I don't know how you would ever just think to do that.
It must have been a mistake. Here's Berkeley Mansion. And yeah, let's
really?
not walk on those. Alright.
I think my problem with Symphony of the Night is that I didn't play it when I should have. I played all the Game Boy Advance games, and I played Dawn of Sorrow before trying Symphony of the Night. I watched our friend Bill play through the game a little bit, and I really enjoyed it, but I never played it myself until later in life, and I think that's one of the things I missed. A lot of times people, it's one of those nostalgic things. If you didn't play it when it first came out, if you didn't play it when you were a kid, sometimes you miss some of that magic, like when people don't play Final Fantasy VI or A Link to the Past.
Well, they should.
As well as I should, but I didn't own a PlayStation when I was a kid. I had Nintendo and Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64.
That sucked.
Wow, that did suck. That took a lot out of you.
Yeah. If I was still level 1, it would knock out half my life in one hit with these spikes.
Wow.
Yep. Thank goodness for spotty hit detection.
Oh, that was
got me
spotty
that
jumping.
time. Look, we've had the spotty jump. Alright, time for... Alright, I guess my shield can't go. Good.
Oh, one-shotting. That's always a good thing.
Yep.
Now, is there any invisible floor? Oh, okay.
You see,
That's
that one...
probably
that
not what
wasn't-
you wanted to do.
Yeah, you
That
see...
just made things more difficult for you.
See, yes, it did. The game knows you're going to be doing that. The sections of the floor that are destroyable by holy water.
The game is punishing you for learning the game's failures.
Yes.
Where the game fails, it punishes you for recognizing that. Oh, it seems kind of sadistic.
I guess it just doesn't like a smartass.
This is what you get for learning your lesson.
Yep. And boy, I didn't even need to go up there at all. Alright. Actually, yes, I did, because I know I can't make that jump. Round again! But hey, if I live, I'll have a lot more hearts to buy something with. Not that there's really anything left on this side to buy other than the dagger and the thorn whip that I skipped.
Yeah, which wouldn't make much sense at all, considering
Nope.
you have a better whip and a better dagger.
Say, do you know...
You're gonna get killed by a bat.
No, I'm not. I'm going to get killed by a far more pathetic and stupid means. I'm going to jump into the spikes. That's how this is gonna happen.
Yep.
Game over.
Good call.
However, game over actually starts you right where you
Exactly.
were.
I do like that. I didn't like that.
Well,
How's your experience? Does that stay where it was?
no. Your experience and your hearts both reset.
But the level
Your
remains.
level remains the same.
Okay.
And the time remains the same. We're on day 4. We are not getting the best ending.
No.
Because we're spending too much time wandering around, trying to remember how the game goes. Oh, and my destroyed blocks stayed destroyed.
Oh,
oh, man.
Oh. Oh. Well, by the way you're playing, Andrew, I don't know if you're going to get any ending.
Oh. A game over's an ending. We already got that one. Now we can play for the next ending. You do get bad slowdown on this game.
Yeah, it really pushed the limits of the old 8-bit Nintendo.
Push the limits of the old mapper chip it was based on. No. Oh, there's actually something down there. Okay. We are...
Jump right through it.
Wow, I might have been able to come here from the very beginning.
How does that make you feel?
Awful.
You should feel awful. I feel awful for you.
Well, you know, you're the one who has to sit here and watch me fail.
Better than being the one who is failing.
Alright, and this is the guy with the stakes, but we don't need to go talk to him because we already bought one. You know, that was one thing I liked in the original... Uh-oh. Yeah!
Aha! Well, that's some good thinking. Oh!
Right, should have seen the fact that the guy was doing the little Koopa Troopa thing. So I'm going to guess those grates mark. Destroy the curse with Dracula's heart.
That tells you nothing.
I don't know. Well, considering that we are also told that Dracula's eye can destroy the curse. But wouldn't that be nice if you had one of those items, nighttime wouldn't screw you over?
Well, nighttime doesn't really screw you over if you're farming hearts.
Suppose not. But,
But
you know, if you're in trouble, you know, nighttime's not going to help you live long enough to get to that church.
That's true. Maybe those items should be more functional, like the rib, and actually help you survive.
Well, all of the items do have a function, like the eye will... all those invisible things that I'm falling through, the eye will actually see them for what they are.
And what does the heart do?
I don't remember. I remember the eye, the rib, and the nail. So there's the heart, and there's the something else. Wow, I don't even remember all of the pieces of Dracula. And the pieces of Dracula have come up in many more than one Castlevania game, ones that I've played more recently. Like, they were all relics in Symphony of the Night that boosted your stats. that you picked up in the inverted castle. And if I remember right, in one of the Game Boy, it was either one of the Game Boy Advance or the DS games, the final boss in it was this amalgamation of all the different parts of Dracula. This is what I was talking about.
Garlic in the graveyard summons a stranger.
Yep, so the game actually told you about that. Not that you'd be able to get down here to learn that.
No.
I think it was Harmony of Dissonance on the Game Boy Advance. Alright, we've got the treasure room right below us. Steak.
Ooh, that was close. You almost missed it.
I now process Dracula's heart. Alright, well let's equip the heart and see if we can figure out what it does. I believe that was another thing, the part of the do not do, especially when that's not even the right song. Whoops, I don't want that.
It was don't.
But you know, if we're going
music.
Yeah. If we're going to talk music, though, we need to talk about Bloody Tears.
Well, there's a lot more tracks than Bloody Tears that I think we need to talk about.
Well, in this game, there's only, if you discount the track for the ending, there's only the town, the field, the mansion, the night, and I guess Castlevania, or the basement of Castlevania that you get to explore, has its own track. There might be a different song for the boss fight with Dracula, but there isn't a boss music for any other creature you fight. Yeah, so we have a grand total. So with the ending theme, grand total 7 background tracks, the whole game.
Wow.
And since I'm probably going to get myself killed again, let's just invest that capital and have a die and have a steak. Yeah, I'm not gonna let you push me around. So, they say talking to inanimate objects is bad. What if you talk to inanimate objects that are inside a video game and doubly not real?
You were probably born in the 80s.
Yes. Yes, I was.
That's what I think would cause something like that to happen, for it to be normal.
Okay. And now to save time, we're just going to game over. Right, that would only save time if I got the password. Alright, we're walking back.
Still a little lost in what you were trying to accomplish.
Actually, you know what, let's just go for the password.
It's a good stopping point, getting the password.
Yep. And we'll use the password to warp back to the beginning of the game, since that is the only place you start with a password. I mean, we don't desperately need the dagger or more garlic or more laurels, so we're done. That whole half of the map, we're finished.
So we don't need to start at the sanctuary, we can start at Link's house?
Yes.
Excellent.
Or atop Death Mountain, you know, we've gone far enough, right?
I think so.
Yeah, 1 hour, 2 mansions, 4 days game time. We are not getting the best ending.
No.
And here is our password.
So, pen and paper, right?
Well, hey, the video's capturing it, so worst comes to worst.
Can we just have save? Save and load? Or is battery not yet available at this time?
No, battery was available. I mean, I believe The Legend of Zelda predates this game.
I believe you're right. Why do passwords have to be so long and complicated? Why don't they just be simple passwords?
That's a good question.